All right, welcome back here to question number 4, chapter 6, where we are costing out and managing our pricing on our food and beverage items. All right, so Bess and David own 2 small diners in a mid-sized city in Oklahoma. Bess has primary responsibility for the diner in the suburbs, and David has primary responsibility for the diner in the inner city. The menu items and product costs are the same in both diners, but the market in the inner city demands lower menu prices than that in the suburbs. So Bess has set her desired product cost percentage at 40%, and David's desired product cost percentage is 42% because he can't charge as much as Bess. Bess likes to use the product cost percentage method to price menu items, and David likes to use the factor method. Help both of them determine their selling prices. All right, so we see here our desired cost percentage for the suburbs location is 40%. So we are going to go ahead, and if we know, so we know that our product cost divided by our sales is going to equal our desired cost percentage. Okay, so we can take our product cost and divide that by our cost percentage. That's going to give us our selling price. So again, we can take our product cost, we can divide it by the cost percentage that's desired, and we get our selling price. Let's go ahead, let's copy that formula all the way through. And we do see some pretty inconsistent numbers here, okay? If you were putting this on your menu, I would round everything up. I would have a very consistent number on my menu as far as are all my dollars going to end with 95 or 99 or 25, 50 or 75, or is it just a flat dollar? Okay, I wouldn't put anything on my menu for $1.13 or 88 cents. That small drink would be rounded. Let's say I would end everything with like a 9. Things would be 89 cents or 19 cents or 39 cents, just so the guest has something very consistent to look at. But then let's use the factor method here, okay? Our desired cost percentage, 42%. We can go back to question number 3. We can see that 2.381 was our factor for the 42%. So 2.381. So let's go ahead and let's put that in here. And we can use this for the entire the entire column. And to get our selling price, we're going to multiply our product cost by our pricing factor. Again, we are taking our product cost, we're multiplying that times our pricing factor. And we can insert this all the way down. All right, we see that both of them, now their prices are a little bit different because the demographic of people is different that comes in. And so you'll see that sometimes you'll have locations that can't quite charge as much because the demographic or the type of clientele they have come in is different. And so they do have to make some adjustments even if it's a large chain. Let's move on to question number 5. All right, so Frankie Marie owns Frankie's Cafeteria in a small southern town. She has decided to price her menu items using the contribution margin method. She has determined the following contribution margins for her food categories. Okay, so again, our contribution margin is what's left over after we've covered our product cost. Okay, so for our salads here at $1.20, if our desired contribution margin is $1.20 for all of our salads, then we'll go ahead and we'll add that to our product cost to get our selling price. So we can go ahead and we can fill that in. Then also for our entrees, our desired contribution after we've covered our product cost is $4.25. So we can put in $4.25 for all of our entrees. And again, we take our product cost, we add that to our contribution margin to get our pricing. And we'll go all the way down on This chart, we can also see that our desserts we're adding $1.50, and our drinks, we're contributing $1.10 to that. So that's how you would come up with those prices if you used this method. All right, let's look here at question number 6. All right. I like this one because it's pretty real life. Gabriel Hinojosa owns Gabriel's Tex-Mex restaurant, an extremely popular 250-seat establishment in a large California city. Gabriel has decided to offer a 4-hour Sunday brunch buffet for his guests because he thinks he can achieve a guest count of 625, which is 2.5 turns of his restaurant. Last Sunday, June 1st, he offered the buffet for the first time and he charged $12 per guest. However, he only served 400 people. He believes he could attract more guests if he offered the buffet at a lower price. He collected information on last Saturday's buffet product usage, and he used the ABC method to put his menu items into categories. His desired food cost percentage is 40%. Let's help him complete the buffet product usage report. All right, so let's picture this. It's a brunch buffet. They have chicken, they have steak fajitas, they have cheese enchiladas, they have tortilla soup, okay? So he has that all out. The guests walk through, they grab a plate, and they fill up their plate, they go sit down, and then they leave and they turn the tables, okay? So we start out in the chafing dish with 20 pounds, and throughout the lunch shift, we're going to add 60 pounds, and we end up with just 6 pounds left, okay? So we start with 20. We added 60, and then we had 6 remaining, okay? So we used 74 total pounds of fajitas, okay? Let's do that again for the chicken. We start with 15 pounds in the chafer. We add 70 throughout the shift, and then we end up with 10 pounds. So we know we use 75 pounds of fajitas, okay? We can use the same formula for the whole entire column. All right, so we see here 170 chalupas, 8 gallons of tortilla soup, 63 pounds of rice, 84 pounds of beans. Okay, so throughout the entire brunch, that's their total usage of product. Let's see how much that cost him though. Okay, our total usage of fajitas was 74 pounds at $4.50. Okay, so through his buffet, cost him $333. Now we can, again, copy this formula, and let's go ahead, let's add it up. All right, so he used a total of $1,543.55 worth of product on the buffet. All right, so his total product cost, let's just copy it here. And he served 400 guests. Okay, so his cost per guest, let's take our total product cost and divide it by 400. So $3, it costs $3.86 on average for his guests to walk through the buffet. All right, so let's look at our desired selling price based on cost. Okay, so if we go back up here, he charged $12 per guest, and he wants to hit around 40%, but he does want to increase his head count, okay? So here, let's get our desired selling price, okay? Our cost per guest, the $3.86, that was the average of what we used that day. We can divide that by 40%. Okay, so $9.65. So he can charge $9.65 and still run a 40% food cost. So let's look at our revenues on June 1st, okay? So we had 400 guests on June 1st. We're going to multiply that times how much? He charged $12 per guest, okay? So $12 per guest. So on June 1st, he had a revenue of $4,800. All right, so June 8th, he wants to increase his guest count, right? We want to see if we can get 625 guests in. All right, so let's say he gets those 625 guests, and we know that he can charge $9.65. That's the lowest he can charge if he wants to maintain that food cost. So if we charge the $965, okay, his projected revenues could be $6,029.49 if he hits that 625 guest mark. So that would be a difference of, let's take our revenues, our June 8th ones, subtract out June 1st. Okay, so that's a difference of $1,229.49 in revenue. Okay, so what should his selling price be? I would go for the $9.65. I'd probably go as high as 10 just to because it's a rounder number. Because he will see an increase in revenue because he should see an increase in volume.